guys, HTV here and welcome back to another video going over the rumoured Switch games coming out this year, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. In today's video we're going to be taking a look at what version differences we could be expecting in the new games if they will be coming out this year. When two Pokemon games are released, they usually have a couple version differences and exclusives to try and egg you on to buy both copies, and these games apparently are no different. In fact, there's actually quite a few version differences in these games, which is what we're going to be going over in today's video. If you guys are excited though, please do remember to leave a like down below. It really does help out the video, the channel, all that good stuff. Without further ado, let's get into the video, and I really hope that you guys enjoy. So starting things off, we're going to be taking a look at this rumour. There's a lot of information on this page, but obviously I'm not going to be going over all of it, only the stuff that is necessary for this video. Anyway, so it starts off saying the Pokemon Switch games are a Pokemon Yellow sequel, not remake, which obviously some rumours say remake, some rumours say sequel, some rumours say that it's completely false. It's just what's happening. Anyway, next up, they are meant to celebrate the change that has happened over Pokemon's 20-year history and the promise that lies ahead. The team want to pay respect to the history that has come before, but also realize that moving forward onto the Switch and beyond is a new frontier full of promise. Pokemon following the player in the overworld, which originated in Pokemon Yellow, finally makes an improved return, so that's in both versions apparently, which is cool. More Pokemon appear in the overworld than ever before due to the Switch's capabilities. Now, this is probably going to be related to Pokemon Go. Obviously, I did make a video on it yesterday, yeah, so maybe different Pokemon appear in the different overworld in both version differences. I'm pretty sure there's going to be version exclusives. There usually is in every single Pokemon game, so yeah, there'll probably be version exclusives in both of these games, which would be cool. Again, it just gives you more of a reason to buy both. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to be buying both anyway because of the version exclusives that apparently are happening in these games. Anyway, there is a battle area exclusive to the Switch's Docked mode. We don't need to go over that. Eevee has also been heavily promoted at the start of 2018, which obviously through the merchandising like that, that's not too important because we know the games are, well, we kind of know the games are Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee if all of these rumors are correct. Anyway, the important stuff. Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon directly preceded these games because they introduced the Ultra Space and the idea of multiple universes, so to speak. So this is basically a different universe of Kanto apparently. Some people believe it's just going to be set in the future. Some people are going to believe it's going to be set in an alternate universe. Some people believe it's going to be set in an alternate universe in the future. So we'll just have to see. Anyway, also all legendaries could be caught there in Ultra Sun Ultra Moon to represent the vastness of the Pokemon timeline and its history. This is because the games were made primarily by the Junior team, obviously, which we did know from Nintendo, who were obviously aware of what the Senior team was up to. The year-long legendary distribution is also leading up to the games. Okay, so that's all good. Anyway, the nitty-gritty stuff. The version of Kanto in these games are technically in two other Ultra Space pockets and separate from the original Game Boy Yellow version. This isn't explicitly explained to the player, but some scientist characters cryptically hint at it when you engage in them in their dialogue. So pretty much talk to everyone, find out some interesting stuff about these games. So the two versions are Pikachu, representing tradition, and Eevee, representing evolution and change. Sorry, I just hit my mic there, because obviously Eevee is the Pokemon of evolution, and obviously Pikachu's been here since, I know Eevee's been here since the start as well, but Pikachu's like the mascot, the tradition, everyone knows Pikachu, and like I say, Eevee's the evolution and change, everything like that. So after all, Eevee is the evolution Pokemon, and Pikachu is a long-time mascot of the aging franchise, which is exactly what I just said. The versions are far more different from each other than any other previous paired games. That is what's taken the team so long, because they are practically two separate regions versions of Kanto. They are still working very hard to get them released in the holiday 2018, but these games have been around a long time in development. They have been working on the engine since they received the NX, so that's all good. So Pikachu, the tradition version, so Let's Go Pikachu, takes place in the recent past, presumably in the 90s, and Eevee's game, Let's Go Eevee, which is the evolution, takes place in a futuristic version of the world. Not sure where the apocalyptic stuff is coming from, but not as dramatic as rumors are making it out to be. So this rumor says there's not going to be any apocalyptic stuff. Some of the rumors saying there are going to be. So yes, smaller towns are more run down and bigger cities are more technologically advanced and built up, but apocalyptic is stretching the truth. Kanto is based on Japan after all, which is home to many companies in the frontier of technology and dream of the future. It also goes on to say the reason these two versions must be in two separate Ultra Space pockets is because the same basic stories take place in both versions, albeit with subtle changes to reflect the different environments. This could simply be viewed as history repeating itself, but alternate versions of classic characters show up in both, which indicates that that they can't technically be in the same timeline. New Space was set up in the previous games to explain these appearances. Long-time fans will blah blah blah. Following the theme, the main story's conflict with the enemy organization is their dive to destroy traditions in their quest to make a huge leap forward that would change and evolve the future. They view tradition as holding the world back. Blah blah blah. So basically, what this rumor says is that they're going to be in two separate versions. Pikachu is going to be set in the past. So maybe that's going to take place a few years after Pokemon Yellow in a different universe, and then Eevee's version is going to take place in the very future, maybe like, I don't know, like 100 years or so. So I'm not sure what to believe about this one. Again, there's no credibility behind any of these, it's just one of the rumors, but that wouldn't be too bad. I don't think I'd prefer that. I mean, yes, it's cool that they both have like two completely different storylines, which is really cool. It'd be like you're playing for two different games if you bought both, which would be good. But I'm not sure, like, I think one would definitely outsell the other. I think Eevee would definitely outsell Pikachu. I think Eevee will definitely outsell Pikachu anyway, just because there's going to be a new evolution most likely, anything like that, unless there's a new Pikachu evolution. I think they're both going to sell extremely well, but yes, this rumor basically just goes on to say that they're going to be in like two different worlds and there's no apocalyptic stuff going on. So yes, that is that rumor. So building on from that, we have this other rumor that had been coming out, and it basically says that the Safari Zone has several rare Pokemon, including Alolan forms, and a new mechanic known as Ultra Shinies are exclusively limited to the Safari Zone. Not sure if I believe that or not, but it could just be like different version exclusives in the Safari Zone. Several characters are reimagined as new characters. For instance, Champion Rookie is a reimagining of Lance, which was basically what was said in the last rumor. But here's the juicy stuff. In Pikachu's edition, you are given a Pikachu with an odd tail known as Turbo Tail, quicker and more distraught by nature. Only this Pikachu can evolve into Garochu. In Eevee's edition of the game, you're given an Eevee that knows how to sing. It's heroic and playful by nature. Only this Eevee can evolve into Goalion or Goleon, something like that. It was important to Junichi for both evolutions of the starters to incorporate Go in their name while staying true to their inspiration. I'm not sure how believable this is. Goalion really doesn't make it believable. Like the Pikachu bit is, like that's cool, like I like the fact that it's got a Turbo Tail and stuff, maybe some new attacks could be introduced into that Pikachu, but Goalion? What typing would that be? I mean, unless it'd be like a normal evolution of Eevee, so it'd just be like Eevee evolving but still a normal type. Maybe. A lot of people do want that. I guess maybe a flying type, rock type because of Golem. We have already gone over this, but I really don't know. So you will encounter a few film bases, but some will be version exclusive. These characters are given a complete makeover, and the ones that have been with you for 2 years may not be as you remember. A select batch of Pokemon from the full generation of games still going to be coming, so maybe we get different Generation 8 Pokemon in both games. But these games are seen to be Generation 8. But yeah, so we get different people, just like we did in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon with obviously the Ultra Recon Squad. We got two different pairs of those dudes, didn't we? We got, I can't remember the names off the top of my head, but yeah, we got two pairs of Ultra Recon Squads in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. So maybe it could be similar, something similar to like that. Maybe the evil team leader is different in both games. Maybe it's like a guy in one game and then like a girl in another game. Maybe they're completely different names. Who knows, especially if they're in the future and the past. But that's that bit. But the last thing I wanted to go over for these version exclusive games is this big batch of like information that we did recently get. So basically it says that there is only one snake legendary. It is part poison and it is a major factor in the Kanto disaster. So this rumor says there is an apocalyptic thing that happens in both of the games. And it's something to do with the snake, and then goes on to say that I wasn't sure, is from this person's point of view, I wasn't shown or told about the other legendary. It appears in the Eevee version, so there are exclusive legendaries in both versions, which makes sense. There always is, apart from, well, to be fair, actually, red and blue and green and yellow, I don't believe did. No, because all those legendaries were available in both games. Mewtwo, Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres were all available in both games. But apparently, there's a big old snake legendary, which is great. And apparently there's a new evolution as well. I don't know if it's going to be called Goalion or whatever. I generally have no idea. But that's just something that happens. It then goes on to say that the evil team is in this game is very much different from the rest. They're very passionate and driven for their goals. I don't know their names or what their actual goal is, but their theme is silver. Version differences are quite major in this game, going beyond black and white even, which is really cool. So expect to like get your money's worth in these games. If you buy both games, expect to play different games. Pretty much like, yes, they're saying different things, but all these rumors are leading up to the point that there's going to be a lot of version exclusives, and you should definitely buy both games. I'm not telling you to, I'm just saying if you want to play both, because it's literally two different Pokemon games. It then says the starters are indeed the original 3 from Kanto, with a gifted Pikachu or Eevee given to you depending on the version. So, obviously, I guess in Let's Go Eevee, you get either Charmander, Bulbasaur, Squirtle, and then Eevee. And then in Let's Go Pikachu, you get Pikachu with either Bulbasaur, Squirtle, or Charmander. Another reason why I do believe, if this is true, that Eevee's version will completely outsell Pikachu's, especially if there's a new evolution. If there's no Pikachu evolution and there's just the new Eevee evolution, then obviously everyone's going to buy the new Eevee version, because who wants Raichu when you get a brand new evolution? It just doesn't make sense to me. Obviously, a lot of people, like I say, will still buy the Pikachu version, but if there's going to be a new evolution, like, everyone's going to buy it. I know, like, I'm getting both, but yeah, I really like that idea, though. I really hope that that's true. Like, I really like the fact that you can get both. I think that's a really, really cool idea. But yeah, so pretty much all of the the different version differences. Apparently, according to all these rumors, one's set in the past, one's set in the future. There's no apocalyptic stuff. In one theory, and another theory saying that there's a snake legendary that has something to do with the apocalyptic Kanto disaster, and there's also a legendary in Eevee's version. You get Eevee and Pikachu depending on the version you get, so that's a big version difference. And there's obviously a new evolution and stuff. That's probably going to be available in both games. Maybe you can only get Eevee in Eevee's version, Pikachu in Pikachu's version. We really don't know. But that's pretty much it. Obviously, it's saying there's a lot of version differences in all the rumors, though, which is the main thing. So there's a lot of version differences. I definitely advise you guys getting both if you obviously have the money and stuff and you want to play both the games, because it's definitely going to be really, really cool. But this rumor always said like stuff about different regions stuff anyway. But we'll just have to see, because this rumor is completely based on Kanto being destroyed and the other region, the other rumor isn't. So we'll have to see what happens, because that's all about Ultra Space and stuff. But yes, that is everything for this video, guys. What do you think? What do you think about the version differences? Which rumor are you more likely to believe? Would you like the apocalyptic version, or would you like just the futuristic in the past version? Personally, I'd like the apocalyptic version, especially if it's got a new evolution, if it's got a snake legendary, everything like that. I'm definitely on board with that, especially getting Eevee and Pikachu as well as a start Pokemon at the start. That'd be really, really cool. But yes, that's what I believe anyway. But what do you guys think? Of course, my second channel, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, Patreon, can all be found in the description down below if you want to check any of those out. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really, really do appreciate it. I'll have more videos on Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee in the near future. But that is everything from me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing rest of your day. And until next time, guys, peace.